We are decoding it into a holographic television station within the frequency of visible light. We talk about seeing is believing, but it ain't. Believing is seeing, because what we believe affects what we decode and therefore what we see. There's that great line in the Matrix movie where the Neo character is saying to the Morpheus character, "What is real?" And Morpheus says words to the effect of, "What is real? If you're talking about what we can see, touch, taste, hear, etc., then real is just electrical signals interpreted by your mind." That's absolutely what we're doing, because the five senses decode vibrational frequencies and then send those signals to the brain, and it's the brain that decodes them into the reality we think we're experiencing. It's how hypnotists can manipulate reality in their various forms. The visual cortex areas of the brain do it in relationship to the eyes. What we think is out there actually exists, symbolically anyway, in our head.
Well, that was David Icke there speaking at the Brixton Academy earlier this year. And it poses the question now, where are we now?
Well, just picking up the story, Ross, after that great ridicule and all those things that happened to me, after about 3 months, everything morphed back into some kind of clarity. It was like the computer unfroze, and I saw the world in a completely different way. I seemed to be the same bloke I was before it all turned out, but I wasn't. I was seeing the world in a completely different way. And I went through this amazing journey, which started then, of some invisible force, I can only say, handing me pieces in the puzzle in an order that I could understand them. And I went through a period of many years through the 90s where I was being given information about the conspiracy in the world that we consciously experience, the banking conspiracy, the interbreeding family network, which is behind global society, manipulates global society, the agenda for the world fascist state, the Orwellian state, which is now coming in all these years later, we're now seeing it. And then it went on to the next stage, which was about, and the most crucial stage, is about understanding the nature of reality, who we are, where we are, and how we interact with it, and how we can control our reality, how we can live our lives instead of letting life live us. So that was the sequence. And where are we? We're in the equivalent of a holographic internet. We are decoders. We are awareness. We are decoding frequency fields in exactly the same way, in principle, as a computer decodes the wireless internet. You know, if this television station has the wireless internet, then where is it?
Absolutely.
It's here, but we can't see it. But get a computer and tune it into the internet, and suddenly on the screen, our brain, comes a collective reality. You go onto the internet with a computer in China or South America or London or New York, and you are connecting into the same collective reality. What different people make of that internet collective reality is their unique spin on it, but they're all experiencing the same reality, and that's what we're doing. These bodies are computers. They are biological computers. They have the ability to think for themselves up to a point, not just react to data. That's what evolution is. It's the computer reacting to environmental changes and responding to them. When they respond quick enough, we call that evolution. When they can't respond quick enough, we call that extinction. And so we are decoding reality into this holographic
I've got to stop you
world.
there, David, because we're going into a break. We're going
Okay.
to come back with some more in just a moment. Now, you can text into the show. You text the word EDGE, leave a gap, and then 87778. So that's EDGE, leave a gap, and then it's any message you want for David, any question, 87778. And we'll put those to David in the next part. We're also going to be looking at some more clips of the DVD from Brixton Academy. It's going to be an interesting couple of hours. Stay tuned with Now That's Weird with me, Ross Hemsworth, and David Icke, and we'll be looking at some texts when we start in hour 2. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Don't go anywhere. Don't rush out to the kitchen. David. Now, you guys out there have already crashed all the bandwidth. Apparently, the webcasts are oversubscribed. All around the world, people are tuning in, as we thought you probably would. So thank you all, wherever you are, anywhere in the world, tuning in tonight. We appreciate it. The text number here is 87778. We will be going to your texts in hour 2. We haven't forgotten you, don't worry if you've already texted in. We'll be doing that in the second hour of the programme. Now, type the word EDGE, leave a gap, and then your message. Keep it short and sharp, please, for David, and try and keep it on topic if you can. That would be greatly appreciated. Now, just before the break, we were talking about the nature of reality, David. What is the nature of reality? Do we live in a matrix?
Well, we live in an illusory reality in the sense that, you know, quantum physics has shown that this world is illusory in the sense that science says that this physical world is made of atoms, right? And well, that's quite soft. I'll give it one on them. This floor seems very hard. But everything in this world that appears so solid, including us, is made of atoms. And atoms have no solidity. They're pockets of energy. That's all they are. So how does something that has no solidity make up a solid world? It can't. What's the answer to this? Well, it's simple. The world ain't solid. We are decoding it through this body computer, which is a receiver transmitter of information, and it's a crystalline organism. I mean, I was looking with a doctor in America a few weeks ago through a massively powerful microscope at blood, my own blood. And if you go, if you magnify enough, what does the blood become? Becomes crystal, right? DNA is crystal. That every cell, and we have trillions of them, the membrane of every cell is crystalline. We are crystals decoding and receiving information. So, put it this way. If you said to someone, what is the internet? They'd say, oh, well, it's websites and graphics and colors on a screen. Yeah, it is. But the only place that the internet exists in that form is on the computer screen. Everywhere else, it's electronic circuits, etc. People say, okay, tell me about television. Oh, it's moving pictures on a screen. Well, it is, but the only place that television exists in that form is actually on the screen. Everywhere else, it's electronic circuits and broadcast frequency fields. And what the television and the computer are doing, the great example with the television, it's receiving information in a frequency form, and it's decoding it into pictures on the screen. That's what we're doing. In a much more sophisticated and much more advanced way, we are taking frequency fields, vibrational fields, and we are turning them into this apparently solid, but not so, holographic, illusory reality, which only exists not only on our screen, but only exists in a series of micro frequencies that we call visible light. Because, you know, as I was saying in that clip from Brixton, people think they see with their eyes, but they don't. The eyes are part of the decoding process, but it's the brain that constructs reality. This is why a hypnotist can intervene in the decoding process by implanting the belief. The belief is a program. It makes the brain decode reality in accordance with the belief. This is why religious beliefs, political beliefs, scientific beliefs, all these cultural beliefs are so powerful in imprisoning people in this false reality and these belief systems, these prison cells. And what a hypnotist is doing is implanting a programmed belief which then decodes reality to fit. So, someone's eating a potato. I've seen this happen. And they're eating a potato. The implanted belief by the hypnotist is that they're eating an apple. So what do they taste? They taste an apple, because the brain's decoding system has been programmed to read that and not what it's really being sent. Now, you take that over the wider scale of society. You take it on board that behind the politicians and the banking system and the transnational corporations and